If you ask me, I'm not conspiracy minded, but if you ask me, the fact that Jim Banks was elected to the United States Senate less than a year ago, and the fact that the University of Indiana is now number 2 in the college AP football rankings, something is amiss. I am conspiracy minded. How do you explain this, Hoosier alumni, Senator Banks? How did they get to be number 2?
What a great year to be an Indiana Hoosier, Hugh. I'm excited for that matchup in Indianapolis on December 6th, the Big Ten Championship. I couldn't feel better about it, beating your Ohio State Buckeyes. It's going to be a heck of a game. I feel so good about it. I'm willing to make a bet with you if you'd like to. I'll bet an autographed copy of Tom Cotton's 7 Things You Can't Say About China that the Indiana Hoosiers are going to pull off the Big Ten Championship win over the Buckeyes in Indianapolis on December 7th.
I think we're going to have to raise the stakes, Senator. I will wear the IU cap if they win, but our next interview on air, you got to wear a Buckeyes brim if that is in fact the result. I'm pretty confident in Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith and Mr. Carnell Tate. I'm sure you're watching that. But by the way, congratulations. It's kind of the world upside down, is it? Did you ever have a winning team when you were at IU?
Indiana football was so bad when I was in college. They gave free tickets to every student who lived in the dorm. Although those were the fun Antoine Randall L days, but the big difference, Hugh, is that Indiana just started paying our players, unlike Ohio State, after it became legal to do so. And
we can handle all the incoming.
Indiana Hoosiers are legit and number 2 in the country. It's Fernando Mendoza, the leading contender for the Heisman. We don't know what it's like to root for a football team like you do, and it's really exciting. Not to mention our Purdue Boilermakers are the preseason number 1 team in the country in college basketball, and the Indianapolis Colts are the hottest team in the country. We didn't see that one coming either.
I know it's the best of times in Indiana. It's also the worst of times in the United States, though. Let's go to the shutdown, Senator Bank. You spent 8 years in the House before you began your freshman year as a senator, and I want to talk to you about that in the Armed Services Committee. But this shutdown's really the Seinfeld shutdown. It's about nothing, and it's the Schumer shutdown because it's about his primary. How long does this go on? It's just idiotic.
Well, the Democrats have been saying been saying out loud what we all know to be true, that it's pure politics. Ruben Gallego says that they want this to play out until as healthcare premiums go up and open enrollment season. And you actually had, Hugh, you had a Democrat staffer on the floor of the Senate say out loud that the shutdown will go on until planes start falling from the sky. I mean, that's how absurd these Democrats are. How they know they're playing with fire and putting people's lives at risk, whether it's air traffic controllers or our troops not getting paid. I mean, this is pure politics on the Democrats' part. And this is the first time, though, to your point, I've been in Washington now for 9 years, where it feels like we're playing offense, where the American people know that we're doing the right thing, that Democrats are playing politics. And I have a lot of faith here that at some point Democrats will come to their senses, and five Senate Democrats will join the 55 yes votes so far, reopen the government, and let's get back to work.
I was hoping it would happen after the silliness of the No Kings rally, but now I don't think it's going to happen until after the November 4 elections in New Jersey and Virginia, and that's another off-ramp. But boy, premiums are going to go up, and I don't want you to subsidize them. Senator, when you were in the House, the subsidies that passed, they were branded as temporary, right? That was supposed to be a COVID deal.
That's exactly right. During COVID, the trillions of dollars of subsidies, the Democrats passed them and designed them to expire at this point. So it's all their fault. And I think, give the American people credit. Hoosiers get this. This is common sense. Healthcare prices have skyrocketed because of Democrats and Obamacare, and you can subsidize the heck of them out of healthcare out of it to try to bring down prices. It's still subsidies that aren't going to bring prices lower than what they used to be before Obamacare, and I think at least Hoosiers get it. The American people get it. They see through it, and that's why I have a lot of faith that we're playing offense when it comes to the shutdown.
Now, Senator, this is the first time we've talked since you've ascended to the Senate and the saintly realms of being up there in the 6-year term. You're on armed services. How's the Navy rebuild look to you?
Well, President Trump's serious about it. You know, you have Russ Vought, the OMB director, and his right-hand man on shipbuilding, our friend Jerry Hendricks, who's there in the office working with him. Even Secretary Bessent at Treasury. All of these guys, Secretary Lutnick at Commerce, they're all focused on Navy shipbuilding. And the good news is that in the big, beautiful bill, we pumped an extra $27 billion into shipbuilding. We passed language that I authored in the NDAA, Hugh, that accelerates the use of artificial intelligence that will bring down the cost of shipbuilding by 15 to 20% and increase the time of shipbuilding. Our friend Mike Gallagher over at Palantir, some of the work that they're doing on using AI, implementing AI in shipbuilding, it really works and it can make a big difference. And it's the first time that I've been around Washington where we have a president and an administration who's really serious about increasing shipbuilding. We need a United States Navy that can beat China, but also a United States Navy that's versatile enough to go into the Caribbean and take out the narco-terrorist. Right now, we have 15 to 20% of the United States Navy heading to the Caribbean to take out some of these narco-terrorists trying to run drugs into our country. And we need a United States Navy that's versatile enough to do that. But to do that and pull that off, we need more of an autonomous Navy, and that's what the Trump administration shipbuilding plan incorporates in a really big way.
And so, have you found any Democrats who agree with you, not named Angus King, on the committee yet?
You know, it depends on what the subject is. I mean, of course, there's a lot of bipartisanship here and there, but usually in parochial interests. I mean, the Virginia senators love shipbuilding, but sometimes to a detriment of not looking toward the future and incorporating some of the new technologies that we have in place. So, and at the end, and you get this more than anybody, Hugh. If Donald Trump is for it, then these Democrats are against it, even if it's common sense and sensible. So that's the sad reality.
Senator Banks can be followed on X at Senator Banks. Imagine that there will be a lot of Hoosier propaganda there between now and their unfortunate meeting with the Ohio State Buckeyes in Indianapolis in the Big Ten Championship. But we'll talk before then, Senator Banks. Good to have you back, and I'm glad you're on Armed Services. Thank you for joining me